Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you an NFL Week 1 preview between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. Now, the Saints travel up to Lambeau Field, so let's start with these guys. Looking at the offensive side of the football, the key matchup I want to watch is Bushrod versus Clay Matthews. If Bushrod can hold his own against Clay Matthews, that's going to open up a lot of things for that Saints offense. They're going to be able to run the ball, and they're also going to be able to, more importantly, protect Drew Brees. So Bushrod has to win that battle on the ends against Matthews. Also, you want to keep pounding that running game. You guys can run against a 3-4 defense because there's natural bubbles in a 3-4 defense. So you go three deep at tailback with Pierre Thomas, the rookie Mark Ingram, and also Darren Sproles. So you can run the football against the Packers. You just have to make sure you stick with it even if it's not working. And also, you want to make sure you spread out the pack. If you spread out that 3-4 defense, you widen out that pressure and give yourself more room to throw the football and complete passes. So don't be afraid to spread these guys out and force these guys to cover instead of rush. Now, you also look at your defense. You can't allow these wide receivers of Green Bay inside release. What I mean is allow these guys to go to the outside, because if you allow them inside release, Aaron Rodgers is one of the more accurate passers in the game. But if you're on the outside, if you're on the inside, you can wall off the defender and be able to better play the passes defensively. So you want to make sure you don't allow these guys inside release. Also defensively, you want to play the run on the way to the quarterback. I'm still not sold on Mike McCarthy's ability to stick with the run. Play the run on the way to the quarterback, and you should have some success until they prove they can run the football. And your defensive ends have to contain. If you allow Aaron Rodgers to get outside the pocket, he can do damage with his legs. He can extend drives and get first down. So you have to make sure you collapse instead of flying up the football field. Green Bay offensively, I look at the matchup you guys have with the Saints. You want to attack their outside linebackers. That is the weak spot of that Saints defense. Will Herring, Scott Shanley. You want to make those guys be aggressive. They are wait and see tacklers, so you want to make sure you get these guys on the flanks, run off tackle, make these guys cover. Do what you have to do to attack the outside linebackers of the New Orleans Saints so you guys can have some success in that aspect. And you also want to force Roman Harper to be a coverage safety. Don't allow him to be in the box. Make him cover this game, and you're going to have some success, because he struggles in pass coverage, but he excels in run defense. So you want to flip that and make him become a pass coverage safety. And also, the Saints are going to bring pressure. You want to screen these guys to that. That's going to loosen up that pressure. That's going to make them less aggressive, and you guys can be able to work your offense that way. Defensively, you guys have to dominate the A gap. Drew Brees struggles with 3-4 defense and also struggles with pressure that's coming directly down the middle of that offensive line. So the matchup between Olin Kreutz and BJ Rogers is going to be a huge one. If Kreutz loses that battle, you guys are going to get a lot of pressure on Drew Brees and a lot of bad passes at the line of scrimmage. And your safeties can't get caught looking in the backfield. That's Burnett, and that's also Nick Harper. You can't get caught looking in the backfield, because the Saints will attempt at least 6 deep passes a game. If you get caught looking, those deep threats will get down the football field on you. And also, you look at the fact that you guys have to maintain that pressure throughout the game. Don't allow yourself to let up defensively. Now, let's look at some positional breakdowns, starting with the best quarterbacks matchup. I think this is an even matchup between both guys. Both guys have solid quarterbacks. You got Drew Brees on one end, you have Aaron Rodgers on the other. So this is an even matchup for these guys. Both guys have solid quarterbacks. Now, you look at the running game. Who has the advantage? Decidedly, it's the Saints. They have 3 tailbacks, and they're more committed to running the football than Green Bay. So I'm going to go with the combination of Pierce, Ingram, and also Sproles in that aspect. Receivers, I think it's even. Both guys have outstanding receivers. Both 3rd and 4th receivers are better than most teams' 3rd and 4th corner, and both have outstanding tight ends. So push in that aspect. Offensive line, I say they're even. Both teams have some leakage on that offensive line. Both teams do exceptionally well with that offensive line, so they're both inconsistent in that aspect. So I have to give these guys an even matchup. Defensive line, I'm saying it's even. Even without Will Smith, the Saints defensive line, especially in the interior, has gotten better. So I like what they do. The BJ Raji and those top 3 defenders on the Green Bay Packers side are also solid. Linebacking core decidedly goes to Green Bay. They can get to the quarterback. They're very aggressive. Casey Matthews is a star. Clay Matthews, I'm sorry, is a star in this league. Defensive backs, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. Charles Woodson is a do-it-all corner, can play safety, outside linebacker, D-tackle, whatever you need him to do, and they have some outstanding safeties that can cover. Special teams, this goes to New Orleans. They have a great kicking game, and they also have solid returners now with Meacham, Lansmore, and also Sproles can also help out in the pinch. I like the return game. The X factor for the Saints is going to be this newfound pressure. They can get to the quarterback now, as shown in the first preseason game against Frisco. And for Green Bay, it's the running game balance. If you guys can have some balance in the running game, then you can have some success. You're going to be hard to beat. You're going to be hard to beat this season. I'm going with New Orleans in this game. I think New Orleans played this team, I want to say 3 years ago, different schemes, but it's the same elements. The Saints didn't have a defense then. I think they have a better defense now. Look for the Saints to take control of this game, dictate pace by running the football, slow the clock down, and limit the offensive chances for Green Bay. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan. And listen to the Football Game Plan radio show, which airs Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan.